It's ETA, the guy who shows you how to take your favorite places and bring them into your home, along with some other stuff. Today we're making the Arroz Bowl from La Cantina in EPCOT. This bowl typically has some sort of grilled meat, corn, a blended tomato salsa, and pickled onions. It's topped with queso fresco and cilantro, so this is kind of a behemoth of a recipe because it's 3 or 4 different recipes in one. First, let's start with the blended tomato salsa. Let's get into it. For this recipe, you'll need 1 whole onion, 1 tomato, 1 whole jalapeno pepper, half a bundle of cilantro, a clove or 2 of garlic, 1 tablespoon of cumin. Okay, so the camera overheated, but all I did was, I cut the jalapeno in half and I deseeded it. I quartered the onion, I threw that in there. I halved the tomato and I threw it in there as well, and then I put the cilantro on top. And then you just need 3 cloves of garlic. 1 tablespoon of cumin goes in, and now we blend. Done. It should be redder than this. It looks redder in the pictures that I saw of the actual product at Disney. Okay, so I figured out what the problem was. Didn't put enough tomato in there. But when I post this recipe online, I'll make sure to include every single ingredient that I use. What I'm gonna do is add some salt and pepper to this. Ooh, that's spicy. It's yummy though, I like it.
All right, now that that's out of the way, let's move on to the pickled red onion.
Okay, so for this recipe, it's pretty simple. You're gonna need 1 whole red onion, 1 clove of garlic, equal parts vinegar and water, and mustard seed. I like mustard seed with my pickled onions. You don't have to add this. Take a jar and then break up your onion and put it inside the jar. You'll see here too in a second. We're really gonna pack this in. I'm also throwing my garlic clove in here too. Okay, onions in. Now let me show you the pickling liquid. It's a ceramic pan that my wife got on Amazon. You can use literally whatever. You just need something to boil your pickling liquid. And for that pickling liquid, we're gonna go in with our water, our vinegar, our mustard seed, our salt, and some cracked black pepper. And I'm just going to let this come to a boil. And look, see, you want it to look just like that. Boiling, steaming, ready to be poured over our onion. Grab your onion and then just pour the pickling liquid over. Pack everything down into that pickling liquid. Grab some plastic wrap over the onion. And then, let me get this out of your way. You're literally just gonna wanna take it and then just pack it in. Take it and then pack it in. You want it to be touching the top of the onion. And I'll give you a close-up shot here in a second. Just like that. See how I've got the plastic wrap in there and it's touching the onion? This creates a seal on the onion to ensure that even the ones at the top over here are gonna get pickled. Okay, we're almost done. Next, we're gonna move on to the red rice, Spanish rice. The ingredients for it are pretty simple. You're going to need 1/2 of a sweet onion, 1 tomato, 1 jalapeno, 1 cup of tomato sauce, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 cup of rice that I've already washed. Alright, so for this, it's going to be the same process as before, where we will cut up everything, throw it in a blender, then we're going to use that blended mixture in our final cooking of the rice. 3 garlic cloves in, and we'll put our onion in. I cut up the tomato, I peeled off some of the ugly parts, and I threw them in here, so time to blend this. Okay, so the mixture's blended, and you can see really what makes this red is the tomato sauce. On to toasting the rice now. I'm using the same pan as before, so I'm gonna go in here with a tablespoon of oil. When you can start to smell the oil, that's when you're going with your rice. And then you're gonna wanna let this toast for 3 to 5 minutes. So I have a shiv, I know I own one, but I can't find it right now. So instead I'm just gonna be using this fine mesh colander that I own. Hopefully this will be enough. This should be. And while that's going, we're going to sift this with fine mesh, get out all that yummy flavor. You can see it's kind of already doing that on its own. You can totally skip this step if you want. It's fine. You don't have to do this. I'm starting to smell the rice. It smells really good. Okay, this should be enough. It's been about 5 minutes. I don't see any browning or anything, which is good. You don't want to brown the rice, obviously. You just want to get it nice and toasty. You can smell it, which is what I've done. So now I will add this in here along with the tomato sauce, a splash of water on top of it. Enough to cover the rice. Stir that in, and then a pinch of salt and cracked black pepper. The jalapeno is really just for spice level. The recipes that I've seen online, what I've seen them do is they split this open and they literally just do this, put it in there, and they let it cook with the rice and everything. So I'm gonna cover this now, let it cook for 15 minutes.
Look how good that rice turned out, man. I'm so proud of this. This is kind of how you want it to look, nice, fluffy, and warm.
I just realized that I don't have any chicken. And it is 11:30 at night. So I'm just gonna have to wake up early tomorrow morning and go get some chicken, and we'll finish this recipe tomorrow. So it's tomorrow, and I have chicken. I'm gonna start by patting this dry and then putting salt and pepper on both sides. Now that it's salted and peppered, we're gonna start with the marinade. The descriptions online say marinated chicken. Take that however you want. For this marinade, literally I'm just gonna take them and put them in a bag, along with 1 whole lemon squeezed. And as far as spices go, I'm doing 1 teaspoon each of some more cumin, cayenne, chili powder, and paprika. Those will go in here. 1 teaspoon of oil. Literally, after adding the spices, just go like that. Mix it all up. Just like that. Alright, 15 minutes. When you are ready to start cooking, go ahead and grab yourself a pan. I'm using this high-sided pan, stainless steel, because the mild reaction is nicer on these. You could definitely use non-stick. No judgments here. Go ahead and drop your chicken in.
Go ahead and sear these for about 2 minutes on each side, flipping as needed. All we're doing here is cooking the chicken and trying to get some color.
When the internal temp on these reaches 165, that's how you know you're good. That's what you're looking for right there. Nice color. To plate this, it's really simple. I've got the rice here from yesterday. It's still steaming. I threw in a splash of water, and then I covered it and I put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes. I've got about 40 grams of sweet corn here. I have our chicken and our pickled onion from yesterday. This is gonna be delicious. Throw down however much rice you want. And now we are going to top it with our grilled chicken. I'm gonna go, these are small breasts, so I'm gonna go 2 of these. That looks so good. And they chop it up into like 1-inch pieces, so that's what I'm going for. Once you have your chicken all cut up and on there, go in with your corn and of course our tomato salsa. Look how red that got overnight. Looks yummy. Smells awesome too. Now that we have our salsa on there, we are going to top that with the last 3 things. We're going to go in with some chopped cilantro. Cilantro goes on top, just like that. Next we'll go in with our pickled onion. Finally, some queso fresco on top. And we're done. Well, that was fun. This looks amazing, but we don't know anything until we figure out how it tastes. So without further ado, let's taste. And the salsa is awesome. The rice is delicious, really fluffy. It's paired with that chicken that's so juicy. I ended up freestyling the marinade, but man, was it worth it. The corn adds a nice sweet and soft bite to this, which is contrasted perfectly with these pickled onions. And this would be great with some chips. I'm gonna grab some chips. Oh. I love this. You have to try this recipe.